So what came up today was interesting, and it's just come back up again, so obviously we're going to do that today. And I thought of it before class. I was just sitting doing something randomly came to my head. And it's about setting intention for the class, or setting intention for your practice. In this case, I do classes, but I have an intention for what I want to achieve in the class, but generally, actually, that's not actually true. I don't really have an intention for the class at all. The class has an intention for the class. The class has its own intention. I just get to follow it through. So it's actually easier not to do anything. Oh, that's great, isn't it? Spine. Just use your spine, eh? Let your spine relax. Yeah, but we're going to do a different one where we talk about when you go and practice yourself for your personal practice. Is to set an intention at the beginning of the practice. Now sometimes of course we just practice because we practice because we just need to practice. But if you set an intention, then you add something to the practice. So what you get is your intention will happen. Oh, morning Dan. Here you get your intention happens. So not only do you get the benefit of the practice, but you also get the benefit of the intention as well. So you get both. Part of it, the physical, energetic practice. Part of it is whatever your intention you set. And I was thinking of that today about, I set these intention for these classes. I have no intention for these classes at all, which is an interesting way to teach, but I have no intention because I don't know what's going to happen. But if I practice myself, then I have an intention of what I want to achieve for the day. And so I add that to the normal practice. I just don't practice. I have an intention that I might want to practice. We use our hips. Moving our knees to move our hips. Yep. To loosen that, relax our hips. Yeah, so I set an intention what I want to achieve in my practice, so it amplifies my practice. So normally I'll practice because it's good for the exercise, it's good to remember, it's good to wake the body up, it's good to move the energy around, yep. It's good for all of those things. But then if I set an intention, I get an extra piece. It's like an extra advantage of the practice. And I might have an intention that I want to, and we'll talk about this a little bit today, about setting intention. We'll give you examples of that. If I wanted to, okay, I'm going to practice today, but my intention today is I woke up with a stiff shoulder. I haven't got a stiff shoulder, but if I had one, I wake up with a stiff shoulder. So my intention is to do exercises for all of me, but focus a little bit on my shoulder to get rid of my stiffness out of my shoulder. That's my focus for the day. Or if I wake up and I get up and I go, oh, my back's a bit sore, my lower back's a bit sore, then my intention of the exercises, what I do, will be to get rid of the stiffness in my lower back. And I do that without even thinking about it, because I just think, oh, I've got a sore, as I say, well, sometimes my neck, because I spend too much time on computers writing courses, and then I'll do neck exercises to break up if there's any stiffness or any chi stagnation in my neck. I'll do exercises to move that. And that's my intention. So then I'll go out and do exercises that actually help that. And so it's quite, so there's this overall practice we do where you practice the whole body, and you just do that daily practice where you open up all the energy, and there's other parts where you do it specifically for something. And the intention's important, and the intention, whatever the intention is that we want, is what happens. So intention is important. Yeah, good. I think, but when you verbalize it, it takes another one too. So, Mark, you have your intention from what you want to do, and you have that in your mind as a thought, a mental intention. But as soon as you verbalize it, you bring the vibration of that out in words. It has another intention again. So it's a good point you brought up. So it amplifies your intention. So not only are we practicing, we think of the intention, we verbalize the intention, and it's going to even get bigger. Yep. And then we can add to that as well. We can add to the intention. I'm moving my hips to move my knees now. You can add to the intention by understanding why you want to do it. Yep. Understanding the intention is, say I've got a lower back problem, so I want to resolve my sore back today because I'm going to do exercise to help my sore back, and so part of my intention is to get rid of the pain or get rid of the stagnation. And then part of the intention will be, how did it get sore to start off with? And that's another piece. And then we go into the traditional Chinese medicine, going to the source of the problem. Because otherwise, every time I go training, I'm just going to be doing exercise for my lower back problem. That sounds great. And every time I finish, oh, my back feels good. And then tomorrow I go out and my back's crook again, and I'm going to go and fix my back problem again. So if we don't go back to the source, we don't go to the next step back, you're just going to keep doing exercise for the same condition. So part of that, or if I've got a shoulder issue, then Qigong exercise relieve it but doesn't go away, so then I might be booking into an acupuncture appointment to get my shoulder fixed. Or I'm going to book into an acupuncture to get my back fixed, or I'm going to go to a cranial sacral if I've got stiff neck and they'll help with my neck. So I'll book something in, or I'll go and do something to resolve the problem so I don't have to keep doing Qigong exercise to fix it. Or to maintain it, something that's actually has a deeper physical thing going on that needs to be resolved. It actually needs to resolve. So what it does is bring your attention to what your plan, your strategic plan, how's that? Poof, big words for the day. Your strategic plan of how to resolve this thing so you stop getting it back again. As I say, the neck thing. So what do I do with my neck thing? Good. So I can sit there. I have my screen up high so I don't look my head down. But I do notice when I go to the side and I'm looking on one side and I come back to the screen, my neck clicks sometimes. So then I move the things on the other side. So I'm going that way where that doesn't happen. And just things like that. But then I've got to do Qigong exercise because my neck's sore. You see what I'm saying? So we've got to go back. Tension, verbal intention. Why is it happening? Why have I got that? Or is it something that's just a degenerative thing that you've got going on that you can't necessarily fix it? But what you can do is you can maintain it. And so the exercise is about maintenance. So then that's my intention, as I'm maintaining the movement in my neck because I have to. And that's what I know what that is. It's okay. And I'm just doing the maintenance because I know that's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to fix something because something might not be fixable. It might be just maintaining it. Yep. But I know you understand what I'm saying. Very cool. Oh, we haven't done the neck, have we? Speaking of the neck. My neck, because I had years of playing rugby and I used to get, tackle people when you bang your head. So my neck's not the prettiest thing in the world. So when I move my neck from side to side, there's lots of going, a lot of graunching goes on in my neck at the best of times. So this is one of those things I'm talking about, maintenance. I might not be able to ever fix all the grinding in my neck, but I certainly can keep the mobility going. Yeah? No, I'll do it, just flop from side to side. We can keep the mobility of my neck by doing neck exercise, so it's an easy one, eh? And that's why I always do neck exercise, especially being stuck in front of my computer. Which, don't get me wrong, because actually I enjoy making progress. I enjoy putting information up. It's just fun to me. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't do it, but I actually quite enjoy it. It's nice too. I find it interesting to pass on information that I was taught and to pass it on. And because I have it all written down, it's nice to verbally give it to people, but it's also really nice to write it all down as well. So I spend time writing it down, which is great. My favourite exercise. So I'm moving my hips to move and letting my neck flop. It's just a weird feeling. The other way. It even makes me laugh to read it because it feels so weird. My neck's just flopping forward and backwards and my hips are moving, but my arms are relaxed as well, so they're just hanging too. Oh, I do get dizzy in the process. It's going to be good. I love that exercise. We'll bow, eh? So we'll do something. We'll do one with a process, and I'll show you how we do that process of that. Not that you don't already do this, of course. I imagine you already do. So, but we just bring more attention to the fact we are doing that on purpose. Go on. Very cool. There you go. Very good. So we'll do, which one will we do? We'll do something. We'll do lower back. I don't have anything at the moment that I can do because I've actually got a problem, but well, I have problems, but not with my body. Problems with my head. Too many thinking sometimes. But, So we'll do lower back. So I'll go to the practice and I'll think, okay, my back's a bit, and I'll get out of bed and I'll wake up and I'll put my pants on and go, oh, it's a bit stiff today. So I'll think, okay, well, I'm going to do a group of exercises to either to warm it up, and then I'll warm it up first, and then I'll do exercises to activate. So I won't do exercises if it's stiff. I'll warm it up first. Yeah, I'll say that again. I'll warm it up first, whatever I'm going to work on. I won't go just straight into doing windmill turns in the breeze on a sore back. I won't do that. I'll warm it up first. And how I do that, we'll do some today. And so we'll do pelvic tucking, it's just an example. So I bring our pelvis forward and then relax. I'll go to the side so you can see that. So I bring the pelvis forward and then relax. So you're scooping it right underneath and then relax. Well, we've done all these exercises before. I'm just using it as a particular way of practicing. Bring it forward and go high as you can, and then just let it relax. Tuck it right underneath, relax. Tuck it right underneath, relax. Tuck it right underneath, relax. And this alone just will fix half the problems anyway. You can do this on the ground, 2 lines, sitting on the ground with your feet up, and just tuck your pelvis up when you're lying on the ground, on your back, with your feet and your knees up in the air, and just bring your pelvis up and then relax it. Bring it forward and relax. Good. So we're talking about lower back, so we go into our spine and we go and do these exercises where we do the stretching warming. Yep. We could actually probably do that. I wonder if you could. Oh, you could. That's pretty dangerous, isn't it? You flop from side to side. It feels great. I must add that to the list of things we can do with my new relaxation system. I've still got to come up with a name for it yet. I'll record them all. But we're doing it manually. Now the other thing is to get flexibility. If it's a flexibility thing, the biggest thing with flexibility is to be able to hold the posture for as long as you can in a relaxed position. Yeah, I'll say that again. And flexibility, you have flexibility problems. The idea is to hold we'll do this one so I can talk to you while I'm talking. I can bend over like that. It's to hold the posture for longer and relax inside the posture, and the body will relax into the stretch and just relax, but hold it for a long time and just be okay like that. I think, who does it? Restorative yoga does it, I think, or yin yoga does it, where you just put blocks under your knees and you just have your knees and just relax and let the body relax and sit into the posture. It's the same principle. So we sit there and we hold it for a while and then relax and then relax and then relax and then relax and just hold the posture. And that'll stretch all the ligaments and tendons, but it does it in a way where you're not jerking. I quite often will go side to side quite quickly, and that's a different function. When I'm doing the sitting down ones, I bounce on my legs, because what does the stretch the ligaments and tendons? It stretches and keeps the elasticity in them because they bounce. But if I want to stretch them, I pull it right down and I hold it there, and then I just let them stretch. I'm exaggerating with the stretch because it's not going to be this much. The stretch, relax, stretch, relax, stretch, relax, stretch. Well, it's actually relax and then stretch. Relax. But the other one I'm doing is I'm keeping the elasticity, and I'm bouncing on them to get the springiness inside it. I'll do that when I'm doing my legs, and I go down and I do these exercises, and I'll bounce off the bottom and come back up, and I bounce, up. And I bounce like that, yeah. And what I'm doing is I'm having this feeling of that, and it's keeping the elasticity in them. But what we're talking about is stretching them. It's a different thing. When I'm going to one side, stretch it, relax, and the longer you hold it, the more supple you'll get. And this has been proven. This is not something I've just made up. This has been proven as the best way to go do stretching. And then of course is to relax your mind inside that posture. So anyway, so we've done that one. Better do the other side, otherwise I'll be one-sided. And sit in the posture. And I'll quite often sit in a place where the stretch is, and I'll just hold it. And I'll hold it, even though because you don't want to be holding when it's in pain, because it'll just stress your body out. You hold it where there's a stretch, but the stretch it's a comfortable feeling, a comfortable pain. It's not a pain that's stressing the body, and you can just feel the stretch. And just relax. And just relax. Good. So that's got the spine going this way from the bottom. The spine's gets going from L4, L5. We're pivoting at the bottom, but they're stretching all the rest of them up too, because they're bending like an arc. One way, bending like an arc the other. But then we go forward, and we come forward, and the same thing. We lean forward. It happens in the Bhagwan Jin exercise. Is when we get to this position, you take a breath in. And then you breathe out and relax and let your body slump forward, further forward, so you can feel more pressure on your lower back as it relaxes. As the out breath. And take a breath in again. And then breathe out, relax your spine, relax your lower back. Good. Take a breath in again. And relax, breathe out. Good, take a breath in, just slowly rise. And we're going to go backwards this time. So the same thing, we go the other direction, take a breath in, relax, go further back. Good, take a relax, breathe in, relax, breathe out. Take a breath in, relax, breathe out. Good. So now we've stretched it. So now we've opened all the ligaments, we've opened them up, we've stretched them out, all the ligaments, tendons of our lower pelvis, our pelvis and our lower back. Now we're going to do circles, so now we're going to get it moving. And I'll do circles like this, so I'm going to do this particular one to start off with. We're just moving our hips around. And so all the ligaments and tendons, now that they're stretched, now we're just getting them to move. We're not bouncing on them, we're not building up the elasticity, which is a different function. What we're doing with this one, remember our intention is to get rid of the pain. The pain is inside the stiffness. And so the pain is because the chi's not circulating or the blood's having trouble with the blood circulating. Either of those is going to cause the pain. So we're getting the blood circulating, we're getting the chi moving, and we're stretching the ligaments. By doing that, you're getting the chi moving in the ligaments and the tendons, and you're getting the blood flow. That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to do the exercise afterwards. I'm just still warming up the spine up. We've stretched it first. Now we're doing exercise where we're moving the energy around inside the hips. Good, then we do the figure eight, we go across. I'm just doing the random ones that we know, so we don't have to teach you them, so we already know how to do these. Cross and turn, so we're doing our hips turn, hips turn, hips turn. So we've got this idea of turning, turning, turning. Yep, that's it. Perfect. We've got this going on. Relax, relax, relax. Good. And all this is done with relaxation, yeah? The more relaxed, the more energy we get moving. Because remember, quite often the pain in your back is from the stiffness. And so we're trying to get out the stiffness by relaxation and by moving it quietly to get it all moving slowly so that the chi and the blood start moving, and so you take away the pain. Good. And then while we're doing these relaxing exercises to let the spine or let the lower back, let it relax, then we can think to ourselves, so why, this is the next piece we were talking about before, so why have I got a sore back? What's causing my sore back? And it could be, oh yes, I remember I lifted up a bag of cement yesterday. That's why it's sore today. Okay, so I'm going to need to do some things because I've probably pulled a few muscles or I've strained my back. And I need to put some tiger balm or whatever you use on your back, whatever substance you have. I have a few Chinese ones I use. Rub it on your back to repair the damage that we might have caused from the stretching. And so we're going to do something. Well, when I finish, I'll put some of that on. If it's a lot of damage, of course, we want to go and visit a specialist, go to the acupuncturist and put needles in. Use electrostimulation pads you can put on it to send little electrical signals through that help the muscles relax, to help it repair itself. All of these things, that's what caused the problem that I'm having to do remedial training to fix at the moment. That's what I'm doing at the moment. Then, if it's not that, if I didn't lift a thing, I said, okay, why is my back sore? Well, we know in Chinese medicine, we get to cheat a bit now, because we know you get lower back pain from kidney depletion, either kidney yin or kidney yang depletion. We know we get it from that. And so our kidneys, when they get depleted, they ache and the energy goes right down to your spine and your whole lower back gets painful because there's no energy in the kidneys. And we know that's one of the reasons that comes from that. So you go, okay, so then you think to yourself, well, am I tired? Did I have a few late nights? Or if in my case I did, I've had 2 of them in a row. One of them was to watch the World Cup football, the World Cup soccer finals, which finished at 3 o'clock in the morning here. And this morning I was up at 3 o'clock, I had to pick something up from the airport and I didn't get home till 3 o'clock this morning, so that's 2 of them in a row. Is my back sore today? Yeah, funny enough, but now I know why, because I know what it is, I'm tired. And my kidney energy is depleted. I don't actually have a lower back problem, but but that would be the reason. So you can track it back. So, okay, so what do I need to fix my lower back? I need to go to bed early tonight, don't I? And probably the next night and a couple of nights to catch it back up again. I've had 2 really late nights. So that's easier. So that's how your lower back goes away, and now I'm just going to take away the pain so I'm not suffering during my day. So you can see the resolution of your practice all of a sudden becomes a whole treatment of yourself of where you got the condition from. Yep. It could be that over the fact that your back's aching, you say, well, actually I've been working for a couple of weeks really hard, and I've been really stressed out, or I've had to deal with something that I didn't want to deal with, and it's just stressed me out, and it's cost a lot of my energy, so my energy's down. Something's created your energy a bit down, and then work out, well, okay, that's what. So how do I rectify that? I can do the exercises to bring chi back into the area. I can do exercises to bring energy back in my body. I can get to bed early. I can take some good food. All of that will fix. And now all I'm doing is remedial practice for something I've got a multifaceted way of fixing. Besides sleeping, besides food, besides resting, behind stretching, I've got all these ways to resolve this my lower back problem that I had this morning. And that all goes on in my head in about 10 minutes. And then I'll go out and practice all of the above, and then put it on to implement it. So tomorrow morning when I wake up, my back doesn't feel sore anymore. Yep, something like that. We're really good at it, won't feel sore after today. Very cool. So we've done the warm-ups, we've done the stretching first. We did the stretching first. I don't think you call it passive stretching. I don't know if you can do passive stretching, if that's the right word anyway. We've done the stretching. We've done the mobilization by getting the movement of the chi moving through your lower back. And we've done that by moving our hips around, moving from side to side, rotating. And we get the energy moving. So now if you put your hand on my back, my lower back's warm now because all the chi and the blood's circulating. So now I'm going to exercise it to take it a little bit more to extreme lengths, even more than the stretching did, because I'm going to make it rotate in ways that normally doesn't do that, to help it open up even more. Yep. And we'll pick, so we go, what would be the first exercise I'd do? Well, funny enough, in the Shubha Shu, they're in the right order too. So the first one what I'd do would be turn and gaze at the moon. Yep, because of the way that exercise is done. So we'll do that one, and have our hand at the bottom. And we turn around, and we feel the spine turning. We come around and we look into the back, and we get to the back, we feel the lower spine twisted. We find all of our spines twisted right to our neck, and even our neck's turned around, so our whole spine's turning one way. And then we come back to the front, and we unwind the spine, and then we turn it again from the lower spine, the lower back, mid-back, neck, and everything turns the other way. And you'll feel where it stops, and then relax, and then come down. Good. And we breathe in as we come round, because we know there's a breath to this as well. We breathe in, and we breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, and we can feel the stretch, and just relax. And we're trying to relax inside this place to get the energy moving, but we're also stretching it, but we're also stretching in a particular way, because as we're articulating our spine, we're moving our hands up and down, so we're not just going like here, which is one particular way, it's on one plane. We're not doing that, which is part of the exercise that happens in the earth exercise in the 5 elements when we do this exercise, and you're doing one particular plane. We're actually going down and up, so our plane is going like this, down and up. So we've changed the plane that's happening in our lower back, yeah? And we come down. Good. So we're going to add another piece of this, because we know we're doing work for our back today. We know that what the turn and gaze at the moon exercise does, and we know how it affects the spleen. So what we're also going to do is we're going to use it as a method to do the stretching. We're going to do the same thing, because we've twisted around, and we're going to take the Zhangzhong Gong idea, is we're going to get to the stop. We're going to stop at the top, take a breath in, and as we breathe out, we're going to turn more into the stance and feel the lower back. Feel the lower back just slowly move it as we relax. We're going to take a breath in, and we're going to breathe out. We're going to move it around inside the relaxation. We're going to move it again inside the relaxation. Then we're going to take another breath in, and we relax, and then we're going to go further into the relaxation, and then twist it further. Take a breath in, and breathe out. Turn more. Good. and then relax, bring it back to the front. Breathing in, and go to the other side. Breathe in as we come up. Breathe out, relax, go deeper into the stance. Take a breath in. Breathe out and relax, go deeper into the stance. And feel the pressure on your back, lower back. And think of your back with your mind. Let your lower back relax. Take a breath in. Breathe out, relax. Let your lower back, take your mind, your intention to your lower back, and let the lower back relax. Take a breath in. Lower back, relax. Move further. Good, then come to the front. And we would do this a few times. We'll do it a couple of times either side. Such a good exercise. Take a breath in and relax, and as your body relaxes. So as the body relaxes, then we're going to turn further around. Yep. Now I'm just going to stop for a second. I'm going to need to do something because the sun's about to land on our cameras, and I'm just going to move that for a second. Won't be a sec. I just needed to change because the sun was landing on the thing, and we're just going to get this big white phase on you won't be able to see anything. Anyway, moving around. So we're going around. So we've got the idea is when we get around to the side, we relax. As we relax the lower back, we relax the whole spine. As you feel it relaxing, then you just turn inside the relaxation. And it'll get to a certain place where you feel it gets stiff again, it gets tight again. Take a breath in. And then relax in that place where the stiffness is, just relax everything, and then you find you can move again. Now each time you do that, the movement will get less and less, of course, because you're getting tighter and tighter and tighter as we go. Take a breath in, and then relax, and then go further. And we do this in the Qigong Gong when we're holding Bhagwan postures. You do the same thing, you sit in the posture, and you just relax, go deeper. It's the same principle. And so we're doing the same thing because we want to exercise the spine, but this is not this exercise. This exercise is breathe in, breathe out. We're still doing the stretch of the spine, but we're going to utilize this exercise to do another thing because of what we want to achieve with our practice today, which is to free up my back. So we've done that. So those are good exercises to do that. So we've done the spine in the back. We've done it from side to side. We know that works. But what we need to do is do two more exercises. We need to go an exercise that goes this way for the spine. We've got one that twists around and around that way. And we go into our mind, and we go into the big lists of Qigong exercises. A lot of you people now, I think, marks up to, I think you've done nine different Qigong systems now that you've done your level 2 as well. I think you know 9 different Qigong systems. And you go into all those systems and you go, what's another exercise that turns this way? That turns that way? Now what's the exercise that goes this way? And you don't have to go too far out of the Shiva Shir and you go, oh, I know the exercise, and it's paint and rainbow in the sky. It does this exercise. It goes from side to side. There's a few of them, but it's one of them. So we're going to do that exercise. Now we're going to twist the spine this way. Same principle. We're going to do the exercise. Bring the hands up to the front. Comes up. Yeah. Turn the hands over. Push them to the sky. We're going to change the weight to the right. I'm going to mirror you. You're going to go to the right, and we're going to look to the left. And when we do that, the focus now is not on so much the hands. Well, the hands are going to be correct anyway, not a straight arm, slightly bent. But the focus in my mind is on my lower back. Yep. My focus is on the lower back, and I breathe in. I'm thinking of my lower back. I'm going to relax my lower back. I'm going to stretch L4, L5 at the lower back, right down the back. I'm thinking of those vertebrae. I'm thinking of relax and let the arc stretch, the arc of the vertebrae stretching this way. And I'm thinking of that. And I breathe in. And I breathe out. Now we know this is for the liver, but we're not using it for that. We're using the exercise to let the lower back relax. Good. Breathe in. Now we're going to use the same principle as we did with Tune and Gaze of the Moon. We're going to do the relax pressure exercise. We'll go to the side. Good, we take a breath in. And as we relax, we twist more to the side. I'm going to exaggerate so you can see the twist, yeah? I'm going to breathe in again. Breathe out. And I'm going to feel my lower back. I'm going to feel the L4, L5 being slowly stretched out more and more and more, stretched to the side. Good, and then I'm going to relax, breathe in. And relax, breathe out. Get to here, relax, breathe in, and let the spine relax. And then go deeper into the stance. Take a breath in. Relax, go deeper into the stance. Relax again, breathe in, move. Remember, I'm just focusing on my lower back. Let the back relax. I'm thinking of L4, L5, and I can feel it moving. Good. See how I have a bigger arc I've got going on now? And then we breathe in and breathe out. Good. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Feel the arc, the arch, it's the arch, I suppose, the arc of it, the spine twisting. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Feel it stretch again. Very good. We don't want to lose the form of the exercise, so you don't want to lose the form because my arm's still here, this one's still above my head, but the twist is more. Take a breath in, breathe out, twist more. Remember, all of this exercise is happening on one leg. Take a breath, we're going to do the other side to balance it up. Take a breath in. And I've changed weight onto this case will be my right foot, and then I twist my spine, so breathe out. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, twist again. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, and then come to the top. Bring your hands to the top and then bring your hands down. Good. Now we'll say a piece about the exercise to make sure you don't lose the structure of the exercise inside the practice. It's like anything, you always maintain the stretches. So when I normally do it, I'm looking like that. And I have this feeling of the arc of my spine in a half, like a banana-shaped spine. And I'm looking that way. But as the further I go out, the banana gets more bent as I keep bending. But what the tendency to happen is you bring the arm down. As I keep bending more and more, it goes like more and that. But you want to maintain the exercise that way. So I'm still looking that way, even though I've bent right over. The arm, I don't want to drop the arm. I don't want to drop the arm. I want to keep it there, and I've got to look up further to do that, yeah? To maintain that. So I just want to say that about the exercise. Don't lose the structure of the exercise because we're doing something else. So now we just use that exercise for something totally different again. And now we've done the rotation. We've done the side and side. The next one we'll do will be the last thing I'll do because it's a big exercise. We'll stay inside the Shubha. There's a few systems that have full twists, but we're going to do that one. The Bhagwan Jin has wagging the tail. There's exercise when you do wagging the tail, twist your spine. There is an exercise, and there's two of them in the long life system that does the exercise where you turn the spine. Yep, and we come down and we do the exercise. Yep, when we do these exercises, I have to think about it. When we do these exercises, and we come up, we do the exercise, yeah? So, but we're going to use one, we'll stay in the Shubha because it's a nice easy one. Most of us know this if you haven't done the other courses, and that's the windmill turns in the breeze. So now we're going to do the big circles of the spine of going this way, but we twisted this way, side and side. Now we're going to go forward and backwards as well, yep? So we're going to come up, turn the spine, across the back, going the right side, and then down the side. Across the front. Now here from this place here we're bending our spine forward. We come back up. Now it's bent backwards, turn to the front. It's straight again, turn to the other side. Now it's bent backwards. Now it's going to go down to the side. Turns around the bottom, bending the spine forward. Comes up. Turn. And goes down. So now we're doing a different turn of the spine. This exercise you wouldn't do on a cold back. You need to do all this, and my back feels really hot and sweaty now because of the exercise we're doing. So you're going to come across the bottom, and I can feel the stretch when I'm down the bottom. I can feel the stretch in my lower back, and I'm relaxing down here to let the body sink down even further with the stretch. I can feel it pulling in a nice relaxed way, that is, without stress. Comes up over the top. We're going to change direction for the other side. I'm going to go down the bottom, and then change direction. Feel the spine. Comes back up to the top. Rotate the spine around and then relax the spine and relax the lower spine right down the lower back, relax around the bottom and comes up the other side. Very good. Two to the front and we come down. And comes up. We'll do one more time. I think that's about even. I'm not sure, we might have to do two. Always like to try and do the same on one side as the other side, otherwise you end up lopsided. There's such a term as lopsided, we don't want that. Comes down, get to the bottom, turn across the bottom, feel the hips, relax right down the bottom, relax your spine, comes up. Get to the top, Bring your hands down, stay turning up. Good. So that's the sort of thing I would do if I had lower back problem. Yeah, and if I do that and I get to the back now and I just move the hips back and forwards, and you'll find that your lower back problem has got a lot less. It won't necessarily get rid of it, especially if it's an injury. That's a different thing. But if it's just stuck, blocked chi, those things would have actually moved it. And then go back to why we're getting the sore back. And go back to the source of the problem so you rectify the symptoms of that. See, my back feels really good now. Not that it was sore, but my back, my whole spine at the bottom, now feels really relaxed and really mobile. Yeah, and I can just feel it flopping forward and backward. There's no tension in my spine at all. If I do the rotation, see, there's nothing there at all. It's just on empty. It just moves like effortlessly. Yep. So there you go. This one for your back. So that's the process we were talking about. So it's useful to understand that we have intention for our practice. And then there's also the diagnostic part of where the thing is coming from, that we have to do that exercise anyway. We might do another one for next week when I'm away. I'll do another one for. It'd be a really good one to. I'll do the neck. I'll do it. I'll do a neck one for you too. How's that? That'll be useful. I'll do one for the neck and about how to relieve tension in the neck, and then we'll work out where you get the neck tension from. It isn't just looking at your computer. I'll talk about something else about that as well. So let's do that. We'll do that one too. Might as well do a couple of them for you. We'll do ones that are common. How's that? Common for me, of course. Nobody else would have these going on, just me. But I'm okay with that. Have a beautiful day, everybody, and I'll see you on Thursday. And I'm not sure what we'll do on Thursday. We could do something else. Probably. We'll work it out then. But we will do for one of the exercise while I'm away. The Tuesday's class, the 3rd of January. I'll do the neck one on the 3rd of January. Because by then we would have been stressed out from Christmas and New Year. And that'll help de-stress your head on the 3rd of January. How's that? Start the new year with a fresh head. Oh, I just love that. See you soon. Just roll back. Left hand underneath, right hand on top. Cool. Very cool. And just sit back and bow to each other. Thank you for coming to class today. Thank you for spending some time of your life with me, hanging out, doing some exercise, getting our back free.